Day 83. I spent all day working with, we do private little retreats for the weekend in groups of four. Just four people come and work with me for 2 days, and they work with me and my team. I'm so in love with what I do, first of all. I would imagine the feeling of what a parent feels when they're on Christmas Eve and they're going to give their kids, they're filling the stockings and getting ready to give their kids something for Christmas, and they're so excited, is how I feel all the time, and how my team feels, and how I feel about watching my team light up. I really love my team, first of all. I have a team of people, Carrie and Dan and Heather and Chris and Kylie and my manager Norm and my manager Sanaz, who are such an important part of my life. And I think it's really crazy that we try to get credit for anything, because it's a cliche thing to say, but I can't do any of this without these people. And when we try to do something so we can get credit for it, it's so funny because you can never, ever take credit for anything alone. You can never by yourself take credit for something. So I know people that'll be like, oh, I just want to go at it alone. Okay, cool. Well, you better not drive on any roads or drive a car or have clothes or have eaten, because you were helped in all of those areas. All of those areas of your life, you were helped in. Everything. Everyone who's ever supported you and everyone who's ever supported them, it just goes on and on and on. And everyone that's ever been a problem in those people's lives so that they could grow and learn what they really wanted, and everyone that's ever been a problem in my life so that I could move forward and find in my heart what I really wanted and not move towards that, those are all gifts. Those are all huge gifts, and they are all a part of why I can do what I do. So the idea that I could ever take credit for anything is insanity. And it's fascinating how much less effective our work is when we're doing it because we're trying to get credit. It's so small. It is such a small way of thinking. When we're trying to get, what do I get for this? I came up with this. This is my thing. When there were so many other people involved. In fact, everyone on the planet was involved with everything you've ever done. Everyone. And so when I think to myself about all the people who got my back and support me, and all the people that don't have my back and cause me to move towards the people that did have my back, which I wouldn't have done had those people that didn't have my back not been there. There are so many people, which is, I think, all of them, that are all also responsible for my success and the things in my life. And that's why it is such small thinking to think that you did it. If you're going to think you did it, then know you did all of it, because you also supported every one of those people in one way or another and helped all those other things get built. So you can either take all the credit or none of the credit, and know that all of this is everything coming together and working through you, or working through the other people who are doing it. And we are just like giant tubes that are a space for all of this amazing stuff to come through. And if you're going to take credit for anything, you better give credit to the people that fed you on the way here, and the people who coached you, and the people who supported you, and the people who didn't, and your parents and their parents and everyone down the line, because there is no story of you. It's everyone is in you. Every person in the world is a part of you. You speak the English language because someone created it. And that person that created it was supported by someone else. He was like, I think I'll make these words. And the other guy's like, I don't know what you're saying. And he goes, I don't know what you're saying. And they were like, let's figure it out. So they made a dictionary. He goes, let's start with a dictionary. I don't know what happened when the English language was invented, but my point is, there is no you that did it. And if you really move from a place of understanding that you're the entire universe for real, not the word you say that means something else, not the invisible, that you are this planet, and this planet is probably supported by other planets we can't see, and all the other things, not even necessarily living aliens, but obviously this planet's floating somehow, and it needs to have the other planets and the sun all existing too. So if you hear someone take credit for something and you go, well, I did it too. I did it. Me. You're saying I'm separate from the entire universe. Insanity. You are the entire universe because it's all a part of you. And you don't need to break down into what did what role because you could never, ever measure that. And you don't even know how much energetically things helped you and on levels that are not even measurable. But this is why it's actually tangibly provable that you are just the universe and that the story of you isn't real. And that's a real relief because that story of you that separates yourself from everything is protecting itself. It's protecting itself from not getting hurt because it thinks that it's separate. But you're all of this. And you're all the joy in the world and you're all the suffering in the world. It's all happening within you and through you. So don't think so small as to think you're here to separate yourself and take credit and be number one or better than anyone else because the people that you're better than are also performing through you. In fact, you could even measure it. If you're against someone, that person is driving you to be better. So you can give that person that you beat credit also because every single person is a part of you and you are the space that all of this stuff is moving through. So there is no separate you. And you can sit there and think anything I do, anything that comes through this body, anything that comes through this body is the whole world coming through me. And when I do my events, I know, it knows, whatever this is, that I'm going to stand there and allow the entire universe to flow through me. And when I say that and not think me, everybody, look at me, but instead allow myself to let go and go, I'm here to give what the highest me is, and it's just the universe pouring through me or the world or other people or my team or everybody. You don't even need to individualize it. It goes all the way to eventually you'll be at everything on the planet is moving through me. Well, that's pretty freaking humbling, isn't it? There's no way there's a me. I'm just choosing to show up and allow the entire universe to flow through me. And that's why it feels so good to do what I do. I feel amazing. How could I not? I'm you. I'm everything. Day 83.